We continue with Holy Bible reading to request divine union, THEOSIS part 37. We continue with Numbers of the Old Testament, chapter 26. The second census of Israel. Now it came to pass after the plague that the Lord spoke to Moses and Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the census of all the congregation of the sons of Israel, from 20 years old and above, and their fathers' houses, all able to go to war in Israel. So Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them in the Araboth of Moab, by the Jordan, across from Jericho, saying, Take a census from 20 years old and above, in the manner the Lord commanded Moses. Now the sons of Israel who came out of Egypt were Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. The sons of Reuben were Enoch and the tribe of Enochites, Palu and the tribe of the Paluites, Herzon and the tribe of the Hezronites, Carmi and the tribe of the Carmiites. These are the tribes of Reuben. And their census was 43,730. Now the son of Palu was Eliab. The sons of Eliab were Namuel, Dathan, and Abiram. These were the ones chosen by the congregation to form a coalition against Moses and Aaron in the company of Korah in their revolt against the Lord. And the earth opened its mouth, swallowing them in Korah, in the death of his company, when fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. But the sons of Korah did not die. The sons of Simeon and the tribe of the sons of Simeon were Nemuel and the tribe of the Nemuelites, and Jamin and the tribe of the Jaminites, and Jachin and the tribe of the Jachinites, and Zerah and the tribe of the Zerahites, and Saul the tribe of the Saulites. These are the tribes of the Simeonites, and their census was 22,200. The sons of Judah were and Onan, but and Onan died in the land of Canaan. After these, Judah's sons, according to their tribes, were Shelah and the tribe of the Shelahites, and Perez and the tribe of the Perizzites, and Zerah and the tribe of the Zerahites. Now the sons of Perez were Hezron and the tribe of the Herzonites, and Hamul and the tribe of the Hamulites. These are the tribes of Judah, according to their census, 76,500. The sons of Issachar, according to their tribes, were Tola and the tribe of the Toalites, and Puach and the tribe of the Puahites, and Jeshub and the tribe of the Jeshubites, and Shimron and the tribe of the Shimronites. These are the tribes of Issachar, from their census 64,300. The sons of Zebulun, according to their tribes, were Sered and the tribe of the Seredites, and Elon and the tribe of the Elonites, and Jalael and the tribe of the Jalaelites. These are the tribes of Zebulun, from their census 60,500. The sons of Gad, according to their tribes, were Zephon and the tribe of the Zephonites, and Haggi and the tribe of the Haggites, and Shuni and the tribe of the Shuniites, and Ozni and the tribe of the Ozniites, and Adi and the tribe of the Adiites, and Arod and the tribe of the Arodites, and Areli and the tribe of the Arelites. And these are the tribes of the sons of Gad, from their census 40,500. The sons of Asher, according to their tribes, were Jimnah and the tribe of the Jimniites, Jeshui and the tribe of the Jeshuites, and Beriah and the tribe of the Berahites, and Heber and the tribe of the Heberites, and Malchiel and the tribe of the Malchielites. Now the name of Asher's daughter was Sarah. These are the tribes of Asher, from their census 53,400. The sons of Joseph, according to their tribes, were Manasseh and Ephraim. The sons of Manasseh were Machir and the tribe of the Machirites, and Machir begot Gilead, and by Gilead the tribe of the Gileadites. Now these are the sons of Gilead, Jezer and the tribe of the Jezerites, and Helek and the family of the Helekites, and Asriel and the tribe of the Asrielites, and Shechem and the tribe of the Shechemites, and Shemida and the tribe of the Shemidaites, and Hepher and the tribe of the Hepherites. Now Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, had no sons but daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlach, Noah, Hogiach, Milcah, and Tirzach. These are the tribes of Manasseh from their census, 52,700. Now these are the sons of Ephraim, Shuthelah, and the tribe of the Shuthelahites, and Tahan, the tribe of the Tahanites. Now these are the sons of Shuhelah, Aran, and the tribe of the Aranites. These are the tribes of the sons of Ephraim from their census, 32,500. These tribes are the sons of Joseph according to their tribes. The sons of Benjamin according to their tribes were Bela, and the tribe of Benjamin, and Ashbel, and the tribe of Ashbelites, and Ahiram, and the family of the Ahiramites, and Shupham, and the tribe of the Shuphamites. Now the sons of Bela are Ard and Naaman, Ard and the tribe of the Yardites, and Naaman and the tribe of the Naamanites. These are the sons of Benjamin according to their tribes, from their census 45,600. This is the son of Dan according to his tribe, Shuham and the tribe of the Shuhamites. This is the tribe of Dan according to Shuham's tribe. The entire tribe of the Shuhamites from their census was 64,400. And the sons of Naphtali according to their tribes were Jazel, the tribe of the Jazeelites, and Guni, and the tribe of the Guniites, and Jezer, and the tribe of the Jezerites, and Shillem, and the family of the Shillemites. These are the tribes of Naphtali from their census, 45,400. This is the census of the sons of Israel, 1,730. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, To these the land shall be divided as an inheritance based on the number of names. To a large tribe you shall give a large inheritance, and to the small tribe you shall give a smaller inheritance. Each shall be given its inheritance based on its census, but the land shall be divided by lot. They shall inherit according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. By allotment their inheritance shall be divided between the larger and the smaller. Now the sons of Levi according to their tribes were Gershon and the tribe of the Gershonites, and Kohath and the tribe of the Kohathites, and Merari and the tribe of the Merariites. These are the tribes of the sons of Levi, the tribe of the Libniites, the tribe of the Hebronites, the tribe of the Korahites, the tribe of the Mushites. Now Kohath begot Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt. And to Amram she bore Aaron and Moses, and their sister Miriam. To Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the Sinai desert. Now based on their census, they numbered 23,000 every male from a month old and above, for a census was not taken of them among the other sons of Israel, because there was no allotment given to them among the sons of Israel. This is the census of Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the sons of Israel in Araboth of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. But among these there was not a man numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest when they took a census of the sons of Israel in the Sinai desert. For the Lord said, They shall surely die in the desert. So there was not left a man of them except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua son of Nun. Laws of Inheritance, chapter 27. Now came the daughters of Zelophehad the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh from the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these were the names of his daughters, Mahlah, Noah, Hoglath, Milcah, and Tirzah. So they stood before Moses, before Eleazar the priest, and before the rulers and all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of testimony, saying, Our father died in the desert, but he was not in the company of those who gathered together against the Lord in company with Korah, but he died in his own sin and had no sons. Do not let the name of our father be wiped out from among his tribe, because he had no son. Give us a possession among our father's brothers. So Moses brought their case before the Lord. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak correctly. You should surely give them a possession of inheritance among their father's brothers, and assign the allotment of their father to them. Then you shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a man dies and has no son, you shall assign his inheritance to his daughters. But if he has no daughter, you shall give the inheritance to his brother. But if he has no brothers, you shall give his inheritance to his father's brother. But if his father has no brothers, you shall give the inheritance to the relative closest to him in his tribe, and he shall inherit his possessions. So this shall be an ordinance of judgment to the children of Israel, as the Lord ordered Moses. Joshua succeeds Moses. Now the Lord said to Moses, Go up into the mountain beyond the Jordan, this is Mount Nebo, and see the land of Canaan, which I give to the children of Israel for a possession. Then you shall see it and be added to your people, even you as Aaron your brother was added on Mount Hor, because you transgressed my word in the desert of Sinai, when the congregation was failing to sanctify me. You did not sanctify me before them. This was the water of contention at Kadesh in the desert of Sin. When Moses spoke to the Lord, saying, Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, appoint a man over the congregation, who will go in and out before their face, and lead them out and bring them in. Then the congregation of the Lord will not be like sheep without a shepherd. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take Joshua the son of Nun with you, a man who has the Spirit in himself, and put your hand on him, and stand him before Eleazar the priest, and give orders to him before all the congregation, and give orders concerning him before them. You shall then give some of your glory to him, that the children of Israel may obey him. So he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, and they shall inquire before the Lord for him by the judgment of the Urim. At his word they shall go out, and at his word they shall come in. He and all his children of Israel in one accord, even all the congregation. So Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and taking Joshua he stood before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation. Then he put his hand on him and appointed him as the Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 28. Daily Offerings. Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say to them, My gifts, my presents, my burnt offerings, you shall take care of to offer to me as a sweet aroma in my feasts. So you shall say to them, These are my burnt offerings, and you shall offer daily to the Lord 2 unblemished male lambs in their first year as a whole burnt offering perpetually. The one male lamb you shall offer in the morning, and the other male lamb you shall offer in the evening, and you shall offer 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering mixed with 1/4 of a hin of oil. This shall be a perpetual whole burnt offering, which came into being at Mount Sinai, as a sweet aroma to the Lord. Its drink offering shall be 1/4 of a hin for each male lamb. In the holy place you shall pour out the intoxicant as a drink offering to the Lord. The second male lamb you shall offer towards evening, and you shall offer it according to its grain offering and drink offering as a sweet aroma to the Lord. Sabbath offerings. Then on the Sabbath day you shall offer 2 unblemished male lambs in their first year, and 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering with its drink offering. This is a whole burnt offering for each and every Sabbath, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering with its drink offering. Monthly offerings. On the first of every month you shall offer a whole burnt offering to the Lord, 2 young bulls from the oxen, 1 ram, and 7 unblemished male lambs in their first year, and the grain offering of 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for each young bull, and a grain offering of 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for the 1 ram, and a grain offering of 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for each male lamb, and a burnt offering of sweet aroma to the Lord. Their drink offering shall be 1/2 a hin of wine for each young bull, 1/3 of a hin for the 1 ram, and 1/4 of a hin for each male lamb. This is the whole burnt offering for the first of every month throughout the months of each year. Also 1 young male of the goat is a sin offering to the Lord, shall be offered in addition to the regular whole burnt offering with its drink offering. paschal offerings. Then on the 14th day of the first month in the Lord's Pascha. Then on the 15th day of this month is a feast. Unleavened bread shall be eaten for 7 days, and the first day there shall be holy convocation. You shall do no service work. You shall offer whole burnt offerings, 2 young bulls from the oxen, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs. Be sure they are unblemished, as burnt offerings to the Lord. Now you shall offer their grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 male lambs. You shall also offer 1 young male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you. You shall offer these in addition to the regular whole burnt offerings of the morning, which is the perpetual whole burnt offering. You shall make these offerings according to these directions each day for 7 days, as a gift and as a burnt offering for a sweet aroma to the Lord. And in addition to the regular whole burnt offerings, you shall offer its drink offering. Then on the 7th day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work on it. Feasts of the Weeks offering. Then on the day of the new grain, when you bring a new grain offering to the Lord at your Feast of Weeks, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work. You shall offer whole burnt offerings as a sweet aroma to the Lord, 2 young bulls from the oxen, 1 ram, and 7 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 male lambs, also 1 young male of the goats to make atonement for you. In addition to the regular whole burnt offering, be sure they are unblemished. You shall offer to me their grain offering with their drink offerings. Chapter 29. Holy Convocations. Now in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service. It shall be a signal day for you. This is Rosh Hashanah, the 7th month, September. You shall offer a whole burnt offering as a sweet aroma to the Lord, 1 young bull from the oxen, 1 ram, and 7 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offerings of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each young bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 male lambs, and 1 young male from the goats as a sin offering to make atonement for you. In addition to the whole burnt offerings for the first day of the month, with their grain offerings and drink offerings, and the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings according to their interpretation, as a sweet aroma to the Lord. On the 10th day of this 7th month you shall have a holy convocation. You shall afflict your souls, and you shall not do any work. You shall offer whole burnt offerings as a sweet aroma to the Lord, 1 young bull from the oxen, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs in their first year. Be sure they are unblemished, with their grain offerings of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each young bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 male rams, and 1 young male from the goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you, in addition to the sin offering of atonement and the regular whole burnt offering, with its grain offering and drink offering according to the interpretation, as a burnt offering of sweet aroma to the Lord. Then on the 15th day of the 7th month you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work, and you shall keep a feast of the Lord 7 days. You shall offer whole burnt offerings as a sweet aroma to the Lord. On the first day offer 13 young bulls from the oxen, 2 rams, and 14 male lambs in their first year. They shall be unblemished, with their grain offerings of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of the ephah for each of the 13 bulls, 2/10 for each of the 2 rams, and 1/10 for each of the 14 male lambs, and 1 young male kid from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. On the 2nd day you shall offer 12 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offering and drink offering for the young bulls, the rams, and the male lambs according to their number, according to their interpretation, and 1 young male from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. On the third day you shall offer 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offering and drink offering for the young bulls, the rams, and the male lambs, according to their number, according to their interpretation, and 1 young male from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. On the fourth day you shall offer 10 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offerings, drink offerings for the young bulls, the rams, and the male lambs, according to their number, according to their interpretation, and 1 young male from the goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offerings, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. On the fifth day you shall offer 9 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 unblemished male lambs in the first year, with their grain offerings and drink offerings for the young bulls, the rams, and the male lambs, according to their number, according to their interpretation, and 1 young male lamb from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. On the sixth day you shall offer 8 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offerings and drink offerings for the young bulls, the rams, and the male lambs, according to the number, according to interpretation, and 1 young male from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offering and drink offerings. On the seventh day you shall offer 7 bulls, 2 rams, and 14 unblemished male lambs in the first year, with their grain offerings and drink offerings to the bulls, the rams, and the male lambs, according to their number, according to their interpretation, and 1 young male from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular whole burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. On the 8th day you shall have the final day of the festival. You shall do no service work on it. You shall present whole burnt offerings as a sweet aroma to the Lord, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 unblemished male lambs in their first year, with their grain offerings and drink offerings for the bull, the ram, the male lambs, according to their number, according to their interpretation, and 1 young male from the goats as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. These you shall offer to the Lord, and your appointed feasts, at your appointed feasts, in addition to your vows and voluntary offerings, as well as your whole burnt offerings, your grain offering, your drink offerings, and your peace offerings. And now we continue with John chapter 3. New birth, entering the kingdom. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from God, for no one can do these signs that you do unless God is with him. Jesus answered and said to him, Most assuredly I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said to him, How can a man be born again when he is old? Can he enter a second time into his mother's womb and be born? Jesus answered, Most assuredly I say to you, unless one is born of water and the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that I said to you, You must be born again. The wind blows where it wishes, and you hear the sound of it, but cannot tell where it comes from and where it goes. So is everyone who is born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said to him, How can these things be? Life in the kingdom. Jesus answered and said to him, Are you the teacher of Israel, and you do not know these things? Most assuredly I say to you, we speak what we know, and testify what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If I have told you earthly things and you do not believe, how will you believe if I tell you heavenly things? No one has ascended to heaven, but he who came down from heaven, that is, the Son of Man who is in heaven. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For whoever practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light, and his deeds may be clearly seen that they have been done in God. The preaching of John the Baptist. After these things, Jesus and his disciples came into the land of Judah, and there he remained with them and baptized. Now John also was baptizing in Aenon near Salim, because there was much water there. And they came and were baptized, for John had not yet been thrown into prison. Then there arose a dispute between some of John's disciples and the Jews about purification. And they came to John and said to him, Rabbi, he who was with you beyond the Jordan, to whom you have testified, behold, he is baptizing, and all are coming to him. John answered and said, A man can receive nothing unless it has been given to him from heaven. You yourselves bear me witness that I said, I am not the Christ, but I have been sent before him. He who has the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom who stands and hears him rejoices greatly because of the bridegroom's voice. Therefore this joy of mine is fulfilled. He must increase, but I must decrease. He who comes from above is above all. He who is of the earth is earthly and speaks of the earth. He who comes from heaven is above all. And what he has seen and heard, that he testifies, and no one receives his testimony. He who has received his testimony has certified that God is true. For he whom God has sent speaks the words of God, for God does not give the Spirit by measure. The Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hand. He who believes in the Son has everlasting life, and he who does not believe the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abides in him. Chapter 4. The Samaritan Woman. Therefore, when the Lord knew that the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, though Jesus himself did not baptize but his disciples, he left Judea and departed again to Galilee, but he needed to go through Samaria. So he came to a city of Samaria which is called Sychar, near the plot of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus therefore, being wearied from his journey, sat thus by the well. It was about the 6th hour. That's 12 noon. A woman of Samaria came to draw water, and Jesus said to her, Give me a drink. For his disciples had gone away into the city to buy food. Then the woman of Samaria said to him, How is it that you, being a Jew, ask a drink from me, a Samaritan woman? For Jews have no dealings with Samaritans. Jesus answered and said to her, If you knew the gift of God, and who it is who says to you, Give me a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. The woman said to him, Sir, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where then do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well, and drank from it himself, as well as his sons and his livestock? Jesus answered and said to her, Whoever drinks of this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water, springing up into everlasting life. The woman said to him, Sir, give me this water, that I may not thirst, nor come here to draw. Jesus said to her, Go, call your husband, and come here. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said to her, You have said well, I have no husband. For you have had 5 husbands, and the one whom you now have is not your husband, in that you spoke truly. The woman said to him, Sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, and you Jews say that in Jerusalem is a place where one ought to worship. Jesus said to her, Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you will neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. You worship what you do not know. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipper will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For the Father is seeking such a worship. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. The woman said to him, I know that Messiah is coming, who is called Christ. When he comes, he will tell us all things." Jesus said to her, "I who speak to you am he. The harvest is ready." And at this point his disciples came, and they marveled that he talked with a woman, yet no one said, "What do you seek?" or "Why are you talking with her?" The woman then left her water pot, went her way into the city, and said to the men, "Come see a man who told me all things that I ever did. Could this be the Christ?" Then they went out of the city and came to him. In the meantime his disciples urged him, saying, "Rabbi, eat." But he said to them, "I have food to eat of which you do not know." Therefore the disciples said to one another, "Has anyone brought him anything to eat?" Jesus said to them, "My food is to do the will of God, of him who sent me, and to finish his work. Do you not say, 'There are still 4 months, and then comes the harvest'? Behold, I say to you, lift up your eyes and look at the fields, for they are already white for harvest. And he who reaps receives wages, and gathers fruit for eternal life, that both he who sows and he who reaps may rejoice together. For in this the saying is true, one sows and another reaps. I send you to reap that for which you have not labored. Others have labored, and you have entered into their labors." And many of the Samaritans of that city believed in him because of the word of the woman who testified, "He told me all that I ever did." So when the Samaritans had come to him, they urged him to stay with them, and he stayed there 2 days, and many more believed because of his own word. Then they said to the woman, "Now we believe not because of what you said, for we ourselves have heard him, and we know that this is indeed the Christ, the Savior of the world." Now after the 2 days he departed from there and went to Galilee, for Jesus himself testified that a prophet has no honor in his own country. So when he came to Galilee, the Galileans received him, having seen all the things he did in Jerusalem at the feast, for they also had gone to the feast. The nobleman's son healed. So Jesus came again to Cana of Galilee, where he had made the water wine. And there was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. And when he heard that Jesus had come out of Judea into Galilee, he went to him and implored him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Then Jesus said to him, "Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will by no means believe." The nobleman said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go your way, your son lives." So the man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him, and he went his way. And as he was now going down, his servants met him and told him, saying, "Your son lives." Then he inquired of them the hour when he got better. And they said to him, "Yesterday at the 7th hour, the fever left him." So the father knew that it was at the same hour in which Jesus said to him, "Your son lives." And he himself believed, and his whole household. This again is the second sign Jesus did when he had come out of Judea into Galilee. We'll continue with part 38 tomorrow. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.